in that whip, yo, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going, the women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry, that's always on. I know the storm is coming, my pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot cause we ballin' and spittin' up every hour. Look mama, ow, you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goody power. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the top, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down. From the top of the top, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down, down. Hey, shawty must know I'm the man. My money lover like a number one fan. Don't open my mouth, let her talk to my fans. My Benjamin Franklin's. A couple of grands, I got rubber bands. My paper planes making a dance. Yes, I'm like that's part of my. We building castles that's made out of. She's amazing, I'm fire blazing, hotter than Cajun. Girl, won't you move a little closer? Time to get this maximum wage that belong on a poster. I'm in the days that is waving at me like damn it, I know you. You run the show like a hoster. Tell me whatever and I'll be your gopher. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down, down. From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down, down. Yeah, I'm spending my money. I'm out of control. Somebody help me. She taking my bankroll, but I'm king of the club, and I'm wearing a crown, popping these bottles, watching they go.
By a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please, I need ya. I got my head down when I was young. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please, I need ya. Yeah, yeah.
Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and third pick in the 2018 draft.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's Darnold. And Walker has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Faking the give, Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Off of play action, Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw, Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cooper Kupp, 50 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. make it to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The 36-yard line.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Again, it's Henry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
10 at the 29-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
On fourth down, here's the option. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. That is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Makes a connection with his running back, Derrick Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get up by cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and he just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Facing fourth down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And some run the ball now. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
We're going to set. Hey, set.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
2nd down.
Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Go set.
Darnold now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. That is caught. Rashawn Bateman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. They go play action with Jackson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Jackson now. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Henry out of the pistol. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw is Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. He's across midfield. Still going. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing is Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And getting this just shy of midfield, and spotted at the 49.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their 1st sack of the contest.
This is taken around the 12. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
14-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Faking the give, Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
2nd and 6. Off of play action, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Though we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter, here's another good example.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Seahawks first down. A gain of 15.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mike Green just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Flowers going to go in motion right. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now he's going to step up and run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Inside handoff, Henry. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
180! 180!
Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Jackson. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
180! 180!
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, the offense said really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Fresh off the pick six, it's Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Third and 12.
Hey, Alpha, sit up. Hands up. Sit hard. What already?
Now it's Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. He'll field this at the 5. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And out now come the Seahawks. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll get this one to Cobb complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run again with Walker. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second and a couple.
Here we go, set. Hey, set.
Straight ahead, Walker. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. It's a gain of 6.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go, set.
Darnold. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go, set.
Now it's Darnold. is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Now Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A 41-yard attempt.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here is 3rd down and 4. Darnold now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Seahawks.
Here's Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kyle Van Noy. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Go set.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Back to throw again. That'll be caught by Cup. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyle Van Noy able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
180. Get out. 180. Ready, shot. Sit out. Sit out.
To throw is Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
For the Ravens.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Seahawks are able to move back in front.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that gives him a 3-point lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
180. 180. Ready, shot. Sit out.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now, after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Ready, shot. 180. Ready, shot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It escapes the sack. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Here's Jordan Stout now.
For the Ravens.
Taken at the 37. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He completes this to Walker. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the Ravens' 36-yard line.
Side. Side.
Here's Darnold. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And this offense on third down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Side. Side.
They'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
That's good.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
1st and 10.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Side.
To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. And trying to find Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that'll bring up second down.
We go side. Side.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Outright to Smith and Jigba. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Side. Side.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
We go side.
Darnold to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
We go side. Side.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
He was taken down.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal.
26-yard
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A gain of 3, second down. Jackson now off the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Hall. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
One of the best in the NFL in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't match to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now is the punter, Jordan Stout. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Here's Walker to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This now a 3rd and 4.
Go sack.
Darnold. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick, whole squad on that rail. 0 to 100.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Ernest Jones in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And this throw will be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, they matched their opponent's pick six from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And, Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now stands at 13.
Ravens 21. Jason Myers kicking off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. A strong run there, and for a team and a coaching staff that says they're consistently striving for a solid running game, they love those plays.
Yeah, that one didn't net them a first down, but isn't it the type of play that you write down on your sheet? That worked pretty well. Make sure you come back to it, especially in a key situation.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. A final shot before the break. Darnold. There's the stiff arm. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the studios of the Creative Village here in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and you know, we've seen some scoring so far. Both teams getting into the end zone, both teams thinking they could pull out the win in the second half. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. To throw is Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's a completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to it, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Throwing again is Darnold. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Back to throw, Darnold. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Roquan Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this defense has to feel good because they've now brought down one of the faster quarterbacks in the game multiple times. That defensive unit, they're letting us all know they get paid too. They're no slouches themselves.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense back out there. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well, and he just provided one.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. Now we're going to get a timeout here, as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Ready?
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ready? Set up.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Ready?
Jackson now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again, as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Now Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews.
Complete
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again is Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back, but boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that gets him back within 10. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Darnold now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. And it's 2nd down.
It's the 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Darnold to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go side. Side.
Now Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This is 2nd and 8.
180. Get out. 180.
Another run with Mitchell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawks football 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 5.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
We're going to set.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
It's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
To throw is Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
They go play action with Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken at the 37. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Darnold. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Seahawks.
Here's Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Go set.
To the air again, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw, Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up third and inches.
Set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw again. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Go set. Reset.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
They'll get this one to Cup, complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Ravens taking the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ali. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 8.
Get hot! 180! Finish shot!
Throwing is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
180.
Lamar going to give this to Ali. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
Hey, Alpha.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
180.
Now it's Jackson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
180.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be taken at the 13. The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
We're going to set. Reset.
Again, it's Walker. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Set. Reset.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Set.
Now it's Darnold. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Set.
Darnold now to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Set. Set.
Now Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive that had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Here's Ali. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And the Baltimore 1st down.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
He's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Jackson options out left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. Jackson now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short. 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. After the interception, here's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
Darnold. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep. Wiley.
Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
To throw is Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Go set. Set.
Throwing again is Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a 1st down there to the tight end.
Here's Darnold. They shakes him off. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, This is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls. They were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
No surprise, they try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get
right?
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw, Darnold. And Walker has it. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here now, a 3rd and 20.
Here we go, son.
Back to throw. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Here go, set.
On 4th down, Darnold. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he will have the Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Again, Jackson will keep it. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Baltimore first down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw is Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
19 at the 20-yard line.
Flowers going to go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
15-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him,
Kyle Van Noy in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now he's going to step up and run. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Go set.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
they deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Back
to Walker on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. It's caught inside the 25. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
At the 18-yard line.
And with that last completion, folks, he now owns the NFL record for most passing yards in a single game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Seahawks, first down.
Here we go, set.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Darnold now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.